You just hit play on 10-Minute Tech Talks, business insights and growth hacks for the time-crunched entrepreneur. I am Jonathan Kirsten with the Pittsburgh Technology Council and TechVibe Radio. Today's 10-Minute Tech Talks drops you right into the critical trenches of entrepreneurship. If you've ever wondered how founders turn raw ideas into real businesses, how they dodge bad investment deals and survive the moments that should have crushed them, you have to keep on listening. You're about to hear from Juliana Keeling and Joe Swider of Terravive, a team that built a national manufacturing company without outside investors, outmaneuvered global competitors, and stayed true to their mission, even when the easy money was dangling right in front of them. Inside this clip of my TechVibe Radio interview with them, you're going to learn why building a strong business matters more than having a cool idea. You're also going to learn how accelerators can give you the right fuel without taking your equity, and get the lowdown on the single biggest mistake early stage founders make. This is entrepreneurship with its sleeves rolled up. Let's jump into the conversation right now.
When we first made that decision to produce everything in the United States, it was actually a poor business decision. It was when it was before COVID. Like everybody, it was much cheaper to bring product in.
I guess it'd be easier just to start out because you could I have access to these things.
And it was less expensive because China, Vietnam, and others we've known are dumping product into the United States, at a significant loss to put our industrial base, out of work. So at the time, it was actually a very poor decision, but we did it anyway because Joe and I like to say that we are the most patriotic disposables company out there.
Good Lord. I love it.
I would very much challenge anybody who wants to say that they are more patriotic than Terravive. So we really did it because we thought that it was the best thing for the country. It's the best thing for our industrial base, and it's something that's in line with our mission and our values.
That's awesome, man. I love it.
Also very patriotic.
Yeah.
It's in line with the Made in USA piece.
Would
you agree or disagree?
Fully agree. We have red, white, and blue everywhere.
Yes,
I was going to say.
Yes.
But also, when you look at the sustainability side, for the purist out there, they realize how much pollution is created when you ship products across 7,000 miles.
It's often not accounted for in
exactly.
something. Yes.
And so there's the pollution from the unregulated factories overseas to the pollution shipping 7,000 miles. So is it really worth the pollution footprint for a hot cup, one hot cup, or a fork to ship it all that distance? And by the way, that plastic fork will be here for your great-great-great-grandchildren. So is that, so the purists out there are really starting to look at the pollution footprint of importing, and we've stuck to our guns, since 2015.
It's an exciting story. At the Tech Council, we're huge fans of what you're doing, just on many levels. But as I get to talk to you more about this, your passion and enthusiasm for this, to me, it's like, I don't know, keep going.
Thank you very much. It just makes sense. We believe in it, and it's not just us. I mean,
I can see it. This isn't your course here. This isn't just something you're trying to build and flip, which people do, and that's fun.
That is 100% not what's going on here.
Yeah, you're building something because you see an opportunity to do something that's very impactful across many different levels here, which I think is just awesome. And I'm so happy you're in Pittsburgh doing this.
Thank you very much.
Before I wrap things up, I always have to ask people, I love being able to tap into our members who are building great stuff to give us a little advice. I mean, I think anyone just listening to this will have picked up some key advice from you about building business, but any kind of something key that you really learned along the way building this thing that you think could be helpful to others that are also trying to build something kind of cool and unique?
Yes.
Okay.
I have many, and I have scars on my back.
Okay. Well,
we'll give you the top one.
Give me the top one.
Give you the top one.
And we can have you stop by for 2, 3, and 4 at some point because I'm open to getting as much information as possible. So give us the number one then, Juliana.
Okay. I would say, for someone who's first starting out, so keep in mind when I started the business, I was in college, knew nothing about business, knew a lot about chemistry, knew a lot about biomaterials, but knew nothing about business. My family are doctors, really did not come from a business background at all.
Okay.
What I would say, and this is something that Joe helped to make it clear to me, is that, when you're first starting out, you want to build a strong business first. You don't want to build a cool product because you think it's cool. You want to build a strong business first. And here's the way to do that. So everybody says that, but then they're like, well, it takes money to produce this stuff.
Okay.
So something that I found was really successful was going to a couple different accelerator programs.
100%.
So one of the ones that I went to was the Target Incubator in Minneapolis, Minnesota. They gave non-dilutive funding as well as, introduced us to the entire C-suite at Target, taught me how to do business in retail, taught me how to negotiate, taught me
Crazy
how
cool.
Target thinks
Wow.
about these things. In addition to a lot of great contact connections there, and then also attended the Lighthouse Labs Accelerator in Virginia, which additionally opened up a ton of doors, more non-dilutive funding, and really helped me get on my feet, which is also where I met Joe.
Okay.
So it was also an excellent program. And I know Innovation Works also has a great accelerator program as well here in Pittsburgh. And I know I have a lot of friends who have been through that as well.
Couldn't agree more. If you can look for an accelerator program, no matter where you are, that is a great way to validate and
Yes.
sharpen your business plan.
I'm a big fan.
Without a doubt, because they wrap some support around you to kind of get you over some of those major early hurdles.
Yes,
Oh, yeah.
exactly. What would you
Yeah.
say?
Yeah, now I would say my top two would be ensure you have product market fit. We already talked about that.
Yep.
But so many people, so many entrepreneurs.
Why do
don't.
people forget about that? Seriously, because that is the top thing you're probably taught.
well,
and then
because
it goes right out the window when
because
someone thinks they have a
people
great
think
idea.
it's cool idea. And
Okay, yeah.
For some people, hey, I'm smarter than you.
Oh,
So
well, there's
and
that as well, too. It's like, yeah, you're so smart, so smart.
Yeah. So it gets down to basics. It's product market fit, and then I would say also, depending on what program you're in, your default, if you're an early entrepreneur, your default shouldn't be to take the first angel investment that comes along.
Yep.
Or the
That's
first
tricky because
investment.
you're seeing some dollars in front of you,
Yeah,
and you're like,
yeah.
it's validating your idea.
exactly.
So you're excited.
Exactly.
Right?
And a lot of folks see, well, hey, I'm going to get $50,000, $100,000. Well,
And it's only half my company.
but the bite, yeah, exactly. But the bite of the apple, the return that they get is horribly bad, right? And so if you can extend that out, as Juliana mentioned, bootstrap it as long as you can, get some early customers, get some cash rolling, and go that way, and then every day that goes on, your valuation increases.
So it's
So
not
then
it's
when
not a
you
great
do it-
idea to get some money to help like prove my marketing plan out that it's going to work. And
No. Well, marketing is required and important.
Yeah. Well,
but-
and that's in the early days. Whenever I first met Juliana, there was a lot of advisors giving her, in my mind, very bad advice.
And you called him out on it.
And I called her
Right.
out. I made several enemies because I was
Several.
going against. I was like, no. I was like, he or she is trying to take advantage of you.
Interesting.
And so I called them out early on. I was like, she has a great idea. Don't take advantage of her. And people would get pissed at me. Oh, I'm sorry, but
That's all right.
PG-13 here.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. So
PG-13
So people will get mad. I'm like, no. I was like, that's, she has a great idea. If you want to put $50,000 in, don't take 20% of the company,
Exactly.
10%, even 1% of the company.
That'll kill the. That'll.
Yeah, kill her. And then all of a sudden, fortunately, had she done that, that was 2019. COVID hit. The market's completely switched around for Terravive, and Terravive wouldn't exist anymore, or Juliana would be so diluted that she wouldn't be sitting here.
Absolutely.
She'd
So-
have 5% of the company.
So you asked before, how Joe, got involved and how this whole thing
Yeah.
happened. So when all of this was going down, I said to Joe, "Okay, Joe, you're telling all these people that this isn't a good idea. Fine. Well, what do you think would be a better idea?" And he said, "Well, why don't I join you?" And I said, "Well, you better get ready to get in the trenches because it's about to get muddy in here." And he said, "Okay." And so he went all in. And that is what differentiated him from everybody else who I interacted with. Everybody else just wanted to give me a little bit of cash, but they wanted some equity, and they weren't really willing to really roll up their sleeves and get dirty and get into it.
Yeah.
And that is what Joe did, and he's opened up so many doors. And it's just
Awesome.
been, honestly, an unbreakable team since
Cool
we met
story,
in
man.
2019.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. 2019.
And we've been, with the
Amazing.
David and Goliath, one person has been
Exactly. Oh, that's so cool.
Someone's gathering rocks.
Someone's
Yeah, and another one's getting the sling.
You're getting ready to
Exactly,
swing
getting the
'em out.
sling ready.
Yeah.
And that is how it's been for 6 years.
That's what I'm talking
Yeah.
about. You built some serious momentum. Glad you're doing it here in Pittsburgh. That's the kind of hard-earned wisdom every founder needs tattooed on their playbook. From protecting your equity to validating real demand to choosing partners who go all in with you, Juliana and Joe laid out a blueprint that's as practical as it is inspiring. If you want to hear their full story, including how they scaled American manufacturing, battled industry giants, and built a mission-first company, check out the complete TechVibe Radio episode. Thanks for listening to 10 Minute Tech Talks. I look forward to seeing you on the next one.